Hump Day. It's your boy Kimi here. Now, as you guys see the title, recently yesterday I've kind of seen, it's been shown to me that there's still someone that I used to have real strong feelings for, that I used to think the world of. I used to literally, at a point in time, I really thought this she was the one. I seen like us getting married, having kids, all that shit. And she's kind of been, she's been down talking my name for almost a full year now. And I'm at the point now where I had enough of this. I'm not a hard person to conversate with. Now, I know when I was younger, I was real difficult to talk to because, someone tried to tell me something, I'd be like, oh, that's not true, be deflecting. But I'm older now, and I was raised, if you got a problem with me, you come to me. You don't, go to social media and talk shit to me. Because in my mind, that's pussy level to me. I don't care if you're a male or female. If you got an issue, pull up. Or send me your GPS. I have a car. We can squash this shit. So I'm gonna play The Sims while I do this. So I ain't played Sims in a while. It's been a minute. Gotcha. So excuse me, why this little. So yeah, if you guys may have realized, not that long ago, I was with a recent ex for 2 years. Before she used to be on my social media. We used to play the game. We used to play this game all the time together. We used to play other game. We played the A Way Out. It's a two-way game where you got break out of jail and all that stuff. She was on the channel heavy. GTA, Monster Hunter, all the games. She was here. I was posting and playing with her, whatever the case may be. So I'm gonna open up and tell you guys exactly what it is. Since she wanna go on her social media and keep downgrading my name and talking shit to me, I'm okay. I'm gonna go ahead and say what I gotta say my piece on it. And then if she ever sees this video or don't like what I'm saying, all I gotta say, I'm not even gonna say her name. All you gotta do is pull up at the end of the day, because I'm not hard to find. So I was with her, like I said before, I was with her for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna hold you. Before I even got with her, I was with a previous ex as well. Cause I didn't even speak up on this shit either. But these bitches, man, they got me fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It's like they want to keep running their mouth and just doing all this other shit. It's like no, if you want to keep disrespecting me, now I'm the type of guy. If you disrespect me now, I got a lot to lose. So it's like I'm not gonna feed into the negativity. I'm just gonna leave it alone. But if you intentionally keep provoking me and keep running and keep like antagonizing me, then it's gonna be like, all right, it's gonna be to the point to where it's like, all right, you know what, I had enough of this shit. Now I'm putting my foot there. I'm tired of this shit. So before I was with my recent ex for 2 years, I was with another ex. We had fell off. She basically she left me. She left the relationship, and then right after she left me, she got engaged 2 weeks later, right after we broke up. So when that happened, that sent me into obscurity. If you don't know what obscurity means, a lot of wrestlers use this term, but obscurity means when something in your life happens that kind of fucks your head up. It kind of sends you down a downward spiral. Now a little backstory as well. I'm not the type of guy to basically go out and party all the time, and I'm a low-key guy. I like to stay to myself. I like to go in my house, and I work, I go home, play the game, watch some sports, go to sleep, go to a lot of sporting events. Now that's the only thing I would consider as a turn up for me is sporting events, and that's it. It's just like all that going to clubs. I've done that. This phase I was in after me and my other ex fell off. I was in that phase. She fell off. I was lost. I felt like, wow, why would someone do some shit like that to me? What the fuck did I do in the past life, etc., etc. I just couldn't. I was just so flabbergasted about she did that, and it got to the point to where I even wanted to like retaliate on some real disrespectful shit, like really do something that I knew deep down, I would regret doing. So it got to the point as well to it was like at that time I was out here lost, and no one was able to reel me back in, because I was out partying and just being like this fucking gigolo. I didn't care. I was partying with my mans I used to perform music with, and it got to the point to where it was it was like I just was lost. I would go clubbing. I would be smoking. I'd be drinking. I'd be having affairs with all different kinds of women. I didn't care. And it was in the point where I was having sex with females raw. I didn't care. I was just lost. And it was like I was lost. It happened. So just I'm trying to find the right word to say, because I'm trying to play and talk, but I might just have this on and just talk. But yeah, I was doing that. And what made that situation even more fucked up was around that time when I was going through that shit, no one in my circle at the time was pulling me back in, because a lot of people knew that truly knows me off camera would be like, all right, hey, Kimi, you don't act like this. What's going on? You good? I didn't have that. So when I was acting like an ass, everybody was kind of supporting me acting like an ass, and that made me even more upset. Be like, yo, y'all really don't give a fuck about me, because if y'all really cared about me, y'all would be like, step in and try to talk to me, see what the fuck's going on with your boy. But that didn't happen. So that's when I had ran into my recent ex. I met my recent ex on a dating app called Plenty of Fishes. It's called POF for short. And when I met up with her, whatever case may be, it was just like, all right, I got a chance to like she calmed me down. I will give her that. She definitely calmed me down a lot, and she made me not be that way anymore, whatever the case may be. But however, I'm not going to explain the whole 2 year genre, but basically last year around September, which is so crazy, by the way. So I'm gonna say this, by the way. Maybe this might have been inevitable. We went to a hotel, right? We was having a little problems here and there. No. Before we went to a hotel. We went to a picnic date. My first time ever going on a picnic. We talked or whatever. We vibed or whatever. Things was good. Things was great. Then the hotel thing happened. Whatever the case may be. I had reserved the hotel room on the wrong day, like an idiot. So it was like, oh shit. But I was still able to get a hotel. That was great. I had a good time. I never had a whole hotel. I never had a hotel to myself with a woman, so that was good. But what's wrong with my dog? What's wrong with Gucci? Here we go. So it was just like for shit to make the do a 360 the way it did, I was more confused. Like, what the fuck happened? Like, what's going on? So what's wrong with Gucci? She hungry? She's embarrassed. Gucci is all afraid it's still not hurt. Hug her. But yeah, so after the hotel thing happened, it was like afterwards, it was like she had gave me a call that she was having some issues at her house. She stayed with her mom and dad. I'm only 24. She was having some issues. So like being the guy I'm with, if I'm with someone, she's having a difficult time, I like to buy her. I bought her flowers. I bought her some cheese and crackers, whatever the case may be, right? So, because I know we was in the hotel room, we was fatties, you know what I'm saying? We was eating fucking cheesesteaks. We was eating like eating snacks, drinking. Like, we was like on some fat shit. So in my mind, I'm like, all right, cool. If I get her some cheese and crackers, someone told me she likes cheese and crackers from the picnic date, it'll be good, So I drew to her house. And bought her the stuff, and she loved the flowers. But when she seen the cheese and crackers, it was basically she didn't like it because she said something about carbs, excuse me, or whatever the case may be. And I ain't gonna lie, when she said that, I'm thinking like, what? Because we was literally in a hotel being fat. Now you talking about some fucking carbs? Fuck you talking about? So in my mind, I'm like, all right, she on that bullshit. So that's when it even got to, we had to I was like, at this point, I was like very, very upset, not up to the point I'm cursing her the fuck up. I was more aggravated. I'm just like, fuck is she talking about? She on that bullshit, that was my whole persona of it, So now if we fast forward in the car, she started talking about her best friend, that case may be, so, So that's when the argument ensued because I just was like, what the fuck? So I'm like, all right, so you see I'm upset with you. You're not trying to ask what's going on. You're not trying to ask me why I'm upset. You just kind of just, like, all right, I feel like she was playing it off, or the kids would be like, all right, he'd be upset, he'd be all right, kind of thing. I don't like when people do that. If I'm upset, be like, hey, what's wrong? Why you upset? What's going on? She didn't do it in the way I wanted her to, and thus the argument happened. So that's when, ironically, after we fell off, whatever, after the argument, I had got a call from my, I believe it was my sister or my grandma, one of the two. I keep getting them mixed up that my mom's was missing. Me and my mom don't have the best relationship, but every time my mom's in some kind of predicament, or she going through something, I'm there. Like, I want to make sure she all right, what's going on, And that was loud as shit in my ear. So then and this shit's broke. Then it just got to the point too where it was like, I'm trying to make sure I'm telling you guys everything while I'm playing the game. So yeah, so when that happened, I'm just like, every time me and this girl had an issue, I would get hit with like multiple things at once. So at this point, I'm like very, very overwhelmed. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, every time me and this girl have an issue, something I gotta deal with, me and her having a fallout. How can I fix it? What should I do? No, not what should I do. How should I do it? And then something else happens. I'm like, this shit's just stressing me out. So then we didn't speak for a full day or whatever the case may be. Now, before she had, because I was driving back to my house, she said, we might as well drop me off. I ain't got time for this shit. I did say, call the Uber, take your own fucking self home. I'm not wasting my gas driving your ass nowhere. Which was fucked up because when we got back to the house, my house, I was like, you know what, King, you shouldn't have said that. I was kind of fucked up. Just take the girl home. Y'all talk about it, whatever the case may be. Oh, all my plans did. Y'all talk about it, whatever the case may be. So, she called the Uber, women get upset. They get upset to the point to be like, oh, you don't care. And I was like, you know what? I shouldn't have said what I said. I was gonna give her the money that she paid for the Uber. I just wanted to take her home so we can just try to talk and get this shit situated. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, all right, it was bad enough I said what I said or whatever. You know, that was bad. She pissed me off. I lost my cool. And it'll happen. And then when she got in the Uber, in my mind, it's like when she got in that Uber, it was like, all right, she got back in the Uber. This relationship's pretty much gonna be done. Because I told her that. I said, if you get in this Uber and drive off, whatever the case may be with the Uber driver, you're gonna give me the perception that this relationship is done. She got in the Uber, so I'm like, all right, well, I guess this is done. But at the same time, you know, when you upset, you say things you don't really mean. You just upset, you hurt, whatever the case may be. It's like a random act of anger. You know, then when the mom situation happened, then at this point, you know, I'm kind of mentally going through it. I'm like, yo, like, this shit is crazy. Like, what the fuck is going on? I can't catch a break. Like, what the fuck? Am I some kind of bad? I'm asking so many questions. I'm like, what the fuck did I do in the past that deserve all this dumb shit? So I went over to my man's Wesley house, and basically I was telling him my situation. He was just telling me that, you know, just be cool, you know, just take, you know, basically making sure I'm telling me, like, you know, like, you know, being a brother, telling me, hey, it's gonna be all right. Just don't worry, you know, just keep you cool. Everything's gonna be fine. I'm like, all right. So that's when she calls me. And I was talking about her, and it's funny. I was talking about her, and then she called me. I'm like, okay, so I don't know what's finna about to pop off, in case may be. So I answered the phone, and then, you know, she said, you know what, I'm not gonna make this conversation. Me and her are always known for breaking up, getting back together, but this was the time when she was like, you know what, Keem, you know, this conversation not gonna be done. I just wanna let you know I'm done with you. I won't be with you no more. I'm tired of being in this relationship. And I told her, I said, listen, I cannot do this right now. I can't do this right now. And she just, like, my reasons for telling her what was going on, she didn't, you know, she didn't want to hear none of that shit. So this might have been a bitch thing to do. Some of you guys, so I told my man Wes up. I said, yo, Wes, talk to her. I can't talk to her right now. So Wesley talked to her. I'm trying to tell her what's going on and everything else. And everything that he told her, and I always told her, if we ever get married, Wesley's gonna be my best man at our wedding. So I'm thinking, all right, if Wesley tells her what's going on, she'll be like, oh shit, he really going through some shit right now. You know, maybe it's not a good time to do this, But she didn't care. She just was like, fucking move. So that's when she called her best friend, and they was on a three-way talking to Wesley. But her best friend, from what Wesley tells me, more is just so like kind of like a like she'll ask her something, and then her best friend would be like, yeah, that's not like, you know. But anyway, that was one of the lowest. That moment last year was probably the lowest of the whole year for me, because I was already dealing with shit. When that was going on, I just was so fucking. I was so like, you know, I was lost. I was just like, I'm like, yo, man, I'm about to just say fuck this shit, you know. And when I say fuck this shit, I mean like fuck this shit. I'm about to go ahead and just end this shit, because this is too much. Like, I don't deserve to be dealing with all this fucking bullshit. So, I don't care. So it was like, you know, it was, you know, it was just like. Yeah, I was just in a dark place, and I didn't know what to do. I'm just like, you know, every time me and her had an argument as well, it would be like, you know, I'll ask like older people, like, okay, what did I do exactly? What happened? Like, is it my fault? You know, how do I fix this? Because I'm the type of nigga, if I don't know what's going on, I'm going to ask questions like, okay, so what should I do? You know, that kind of thing. So, you know, it was a bad drawing. So it was even got to the point to where, you know, she will call me and be like, first of all, she called me and she lied, because when I asked Wesley that, because according to her, Wesley called her and was like, you know, I can't get in contact with Keem, So then she called me, she's blowing my phone up. So I'm just like, what the fuck do you want? You know, you said Wesley was literally telling you what's going on. I'll tell you what's going on. Don't call like you give a fuck. Clearly you don't. And she's talking about something. Well, we ain't together. I still care. I told her don't worry about me, because literally I had somebody that's very close to me tell you what the fuck was going on, and you just was like fuck what he was saying. So in my mind, when you say fuck what he's saying, you saying fuck me in my situation. So I'm just like, all right, well if that's the case, then you know keep that same energy. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, keep that same energy. Like, I'm just like, I'm not with all that rapping shit. Keep the same energy. That's how you feel. Boom, boom, boom. Fuck it. You know. So you know, just yeah. So you know, just that happened, and then aftermath of all that was, you know, she started talking shit about me on social media immediately, tagging me in posts and saying, you know, I did the best thing I could for 2 years with this guy, and he didn't appreciate me. I wish you all the best of luck. Ladies, don't be with a guy like me. Like, posting all this dumb shit. So I seen it, and then I confronted her. I said, so instead of you having a ball say this shit to my face, you gonna go on your social media and play victim? That's what we doing. And we started going back on Instagram. And then I was like, you know what? There was a sign a long time ago. I should have left your ass alone a long time ago. I should have left you alone then. But at the same time, if I'm with you, I'm not going to give up on you if I'm with you. And especially if there's literal feelings involved. I believe in sticking it through to the end. That was my fault. But let's even get to the root of everything else, shall we, people? Because I don't want people thinking, oh, da da da. Now, when we first got together, she, mind you, this relationship has always been long distance. Now, people say long distance relationship fail a lot of times, but at the same time, she was in school. She just got accepted to school on campus. So, when I'm in a relationship, I need to see my lady all the time. If not all the time, I need to see her a significant amount of the time. So I'm a very affectionate guy. I need affection. I can't be in a relationship and not see my lady for like months and months at a time. That bothers me, you know what I'm saying? Obviously there's sex involved, but it's like I don't want to be around with a hold you. I want to be able to kiss you, touch you, feel you, all that shit, you know what I'm saying? So my the ex that left and engaged to somebody else, came back in October. This was around October, and she basically was saying, she wanted to clear the air, talk with her kids, they be. Now, in my mind, I ain't gonna lie, when I seen that she texted me on Instagram, I had an anxiety attack, because I couldn't believe she was actually texting my ass. So I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do, what to do. I'm confused, I'm freaking out. So I'm calling people, asking for like, what should I do? Then once I finally got the realization what I need to do, I said, you know what? My recent ex was paying for shit that the other ex did. That's not fair to her. Let me go talk to her, close this chapter for good, and then I can focus on us. And I told my recent ex this, and she was like, all right, da 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 da. There was no secrets with my recent ex. I told her everything. I was probably the most honest I've ever been with any female. And so then it just gets to the point to where, my recent ex apologized for why she did what she did. She thought the grass grew on the other side, and it kind of blew up on her face, whatever. So, I told her, and whatever case may be, in the back of my mind. Now, long story short, I feel like I'm procrastinating. Long story short, after me and her had the conversation with her, case may be, my recent ex was kind of acting a little distant, which I understand, but at the same time, it was like, now I understand, but back then I'm just like, yo, like, why you, like, you won't be bothered. Now, granted, she was in school, all this other shit, I get that. But at the same time, she was in school. It wasn't like I was over here not doing shit. I was working inside of school with 6th graders. I was a teacher's assistant. So we was all very busy. So it's like, if I try to make time to talk to you, like, you won't be bothered. Like, you giving me hints like fuck off. I'm like, all right, well, if that's what I'm saying, fuck off, and I'm just gonna fuck off. So I wound up having an affair with my other ex while I was with my recent ex. It was fucked up. I never done that shit before, but at the same time, it was like, shit, I feel like she didn't give a fuck and I did it. No excuse. I know that. I hope to God I never do that shit again, because I'm not about that life. That shit is not a good feeling. So I had an option. We all guys have options. You could be like, all right, you know what? I'm finna, a lot of guys were telling me too, play your cards right, have them both. I said, I'm not doing it. That's fucked up. It's fucked up. I already did that. I gotta find a way to atone what I've done. You feel me? So I realized, you know what? I talked to my aunt Michelle, and shout out to Aunt Michelle. She told me, if you really care about this girl, Kimmy, you tell her what you did and be prepared for what kind of ass that she give you, because she got a right to leave you. You owe her that. And my aunt said, I owe her that. I said, you know what? You're right. So I'm going to go tell her. Told her to her face what happened. She came over. I told her what happened. This, that, and the third. I felt like shit. That was the hardest thing I think I ever done when I told her I did that. And it was fucked up, So that happened. And obviously she was hurt. Whatever case may be, another case may be, whatever. But basically I was like copping the plea. Like whatever I got to do to fix it, I'll fix it. Now this is where shit started going left, because after I've done that, she literally took it upon herself. Every time she got mad, she'll throw it in my face. We have something don't go her way, she'll be like, I should have left you alone, or she start doing random shit because I guess she wasn't really over what happened, which I get. But at the same time, it's like she used what I've done as ammunition, because every time everything didn't go her way, or we had like a little situation, she'll throw that shit in my face. And I don't like that shit, because I'm still mad about that. And we even agreed to do a podcast back then too. We talk about this shit. Now I wasn't too open about talking about that, because I'm like, I don't want to talk about that shit, because I don't want, you telling the world how you feel about when I did that. I'm looking at the bad guy, which I don't give a fuck about. But at the same time, like, I don't want to talk about this. That's like you talking about your mistakes for everybody add their own 2 cents to it. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do it. So it's just like, but I said, all right, if that's what you want to do, let's do it. So from there and from then, it was always on and off, what the case may be. But the root of it is, unlike her, because she's going around saying I'm a narcissist, I'm this, I'm that. And it's crazy, because I didn't even know what the fuck a narcissist was up until the Derek Jaw, what the fuck that nigga name situation was. And I'm looking like, that's what it is. And I actually looked up, because I seen she made a post on YouTube, by the way, about, talking about I was abusive, I was controlling, I was a narcissist. Like, basically painting herself as this victim, as the, like, she went for 2 years, the whole 2 years was hell. But granted, if the 2 years was hell, why did you stay with me? Why didn't you leave when you left? If you was still that strung up on, like, I can't fuck with this nigga no more, No matter how many times I done like try to get you back or me doing da, you should have been like, no, I can't fuck with you. That's just the end of that. But you didn't do that. And on top of that, she's done a lot of shit too. Like, she's the type of girl where she's very masculine for one, and if she don't get her way, she's spoiled too. She don't get her way, it's like World War III. No guy should have to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. And two, it's like, everything had to be done her way. Like, if I try to add something to something, it'd be like, she's not really feeling it, so we had to have a little competition. Not competition, like a little disagreement about that. It's like she wanted to be the leader, and I'm just like some kind of servant or peasant or some shit. And I ain't like that shit either. At least with me, I try to keep everything balanced and equal. You know what I'm saying? Like, how she handled things, because, how we handle this is different. But it's like, all right, at the end of the day, as long as we get able to talk, come to a common ground, boom, 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 whatever, we'll figure it out. But, that's not what happened. So the fact that she's been going on her platform, and on top of that, she said that on her platform that I've been gaslighting her. And I'm like, are you serious? Before your career even blew up the way it did right now, who the fuck was there giving you praise while you wasn't feeling like shit? Or feeling like you was a fucking loser? I was. Now, I can't speak for your best friend, but I know I was with you, and I talked to you majority of the fucking time. I was with you. I was telling you keep going at it because I seen something in her. So I was giving her praises. That's not gaslighting. And she literally, because it's so funny, after we had fell off, and she literally used what we went through, talk shit about me for almost a full year. Like, her TikTok is literally, before she made this one, her TikTok was literally her talking all shit about me and getting all these weak ass likes and followers saying, oh yeah, fuck that nigga, da da da. Like, really? And I'm just sitting here like, you know what? I'm not gonna respond. I'm not gonna go back and forth with her and all this shit. I'm gonna leave it alone. But she just kept running her fucking mouth. Now, I'm not saying you can't run your mouth, but it's like, you keep on painting this picture like you was just fucking victim in a relationship. And I'm just over here like this dickhead, not accepting nothing. Like, what you women be saying about God? Oh, he's just this typical nigga. Fuck these niggas. No, like, you're not gonna keep doing it. And I'm tired of being quiet about this shit, because it's just like, you're capping right now. You're capping hard. Man, it's aggravating me. It's like, yo, man, you gotta like fuck out of here. You're not gonna sit here and keep doing this shit, because it's two sides to a story. I know what I did was fucked up. I know I was wrong. And another thing too about her too, y'all, she can't hold accountability. Now, a lot of women can't do it, I know that, but she cannot. If she done something to you, the first thing she gonna do is deflect and be like, you know what? Oh, you did this or I did this, or you did. What are we, fucking 5 years old? We grown ass people. All up to what you did. You've done something I ain't like. I've done something you don't like. We talk. Hopefully we can figure out. Boom, boom, boom. Not like every time I bring something to your fucking attention, it's like, oh, I've done this because of you. No, that's bullshit. That's wrong. Like on Danganronpa, they be like, no, that's wrong. Like, no, that's not what happened. Like, she's the most deflective ass woman I've ever been in my life. It is so sad for me to sit out my mouth, because I didn't want to go on here and talk shit to her about this. But after yesterday, I had a fucked up day yesterday, and then I seen that. I said, you know what? Savage King about to come out today. Fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna keep dealing with this shit. Keep running your mouth. And then her career took her, because she said she did art about me. Art, she literally painted a picture of me like a fucked up person, poetry and all this other TikTok shit, and got these guys and girls or what the fuck they on her top or whatever. I'm just like, yo, like, you're really capping right now. That's so sad that you stooped that low. I never would have thought in all years or 2 years we've been together, I never would have thought you was this fucking weird. I thought she was very strong-headed, because that's the perception she gave me. She's strong-headed. Yeah, she had her moments where she might go off. But then she came off like, oh, I'm strong, I'm this, I'm that. Da, da, da. And I believe that. She's like, I'm like, yo, my girl's strong as shit at the time. Like, she can take on anything. Obviously, if it gets too bad, I'm gonna deal with that shit. Tag out with teamwork. But it's just, even talking about the shit that gets me mad, because it's like, she's just literally, any chance she can get on her platform to talk shit about me, and I was actually helping her out with her career, giving her encouraging words, being that good support system, and we not in together, and I'm still helping you fucking elevate, because you still running your fucking mouth, and you still going around talking all this bunch of bullshit. You still doing it. So in a way, I'm still helping your ass be successful, and it's so funny to me. It's so funny because it's just like, yeah, because like around the time when me and her got together too, my career literally was taking off, like in the field I'm in now. Like, before I was doing training, but like, when I first got with her, I had went to a job conference in Denver. I was interning. I was working in a school. Like, my shit, I was literally elevating in every level. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to brag or nothing, but it's like, yeah, you was helping me out too, or the case may be, do something to her, but don't make it seem like that's like me telling her, that's like me telling y'all, oh, she was gaslighting me, she didn't give me the proper support. I'm not gonna say that shit because you did what you could, and some of the time when you did what you did, it helped motivate me, and she said I helped motivate her too, but it's like what? So at the end of the day, people, all I'm saying is this: I'm not gonna keep wasting my time talking about this. At the end of the day, I'm just gonna say this: if you with someone, male or girl, male or female, and they deflecting and can't own up to their shit or any other shit, I don't care how long y'all together for, they ain't changing. You need to cut your losses and move on, because that shit's gonna stress you out, gonna make you feel like you're this bad person, you're this devil, they're the angel, all this other shit too. It's just, this situation was just so crazy to me, and the fact that she's still running her fucking mouth about it. So you guys let me know, what the fuck does that mean when you're not with somebody no more and they just keep on running their mouth? And then on top of that, it was funny because she decided to come back and talk to me. I think it was like back in February. Okay, but she hit me up and said she got something she wanted to say. I'm like, all right, cool, fuck it. I was nervous. I'm like, all right, what the fuck you got to say? Because if you got something, you know, like if you got issue with me, come to me. We have a conversation. What the kids may be. Whenever happened, what's happened. So it went from her talking to me and saying all this other shit. It went from like basically a check-in, then it was basically like talking, then we kind of played the game together. Then on top of that, it was more so like I guess to her, you know, either she felt like, you know, she missed this, or she just was deflecting. I think it was more deflecting. She started going off again, saying, oh, you know, I told her I've been working on myself, blah, blah, blah. She's looking at me like, you working on yourself, you're not working on yourself, I seen your podcast, the podcast I was doing with the two people, you ain't changing, say the same person, you never going to change. Basically just going on, because that's another thing too, y'all. When I did what I did, if she would have go off on me and talk shit to me, at that time I feel like I had to let her do it, because I already done cheated. So I had to accept that she was going to talk shit about me. And every time she'll talk shit about me for a while. I mean, one time I had to go to work in the morning. She was in school, or she was in her dorm or whatever, and she aired me out the whole night, yo. I swear I'm not capping. She aired me the fuck up. I said, you know what? For you, whatever it takes to make you feel better, go ahead and do it. Get off your chest. Say what you gotta say. So I did open the door. So she used that shit and went on, said, you this, you that, you and blah, 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 blah. But I'm just like, and I'm literally just sitting here just like, I can't see my face, but I'm just on the call like, do, just quiet, not saying nothing, you know? And then it was just like, now another thing too, like if you give anybody opportunity to do that shit, male or female, they're gonna take that shit and they're gonna like verbally abuse the fuck out of you. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna say this shit, you gonna take it. Fuck your feelings. Like, no. You know, but anyway, I'm trying to make sure I'm coming on the basis here. So I know what I am, I know what I've done. You know, I'm not proud of what I've done when I was with her. I'm not proud of how the relationship ended. If I can take things, if I wish things were differently, I would. But at the same time, that's not the reality we live now. You know, this is like how we say in Philly, this is a bad joint. You know what I'm saying? This is bad. You know, but you're not going to keep disrespecting me and keep building your little weak ass platform, talking shit to me. We're not going to do that, because I wasn't even doing that. I'm cuffing the clock where if we got issues with somebody, I'm not going to go on social media and blast you or whatever. I'm going to be like, I'm not going to say nothing. And eventually, if we see each other, we're going to speak or whatever. We're going to conversate and talk about this shit. But for you to keep going on your platforms not years, but almost a year later and still bringing up the situation, that means I'm still in your mind and your heart. That's number one. And two, it's like you still got shit you want to say, but you ain't got the fucking ball just coming to me to say it to my face. I'm not hard to find, boo. You know where I be. You know how I work. You know what car I drive. I just got a new car, but I'm pretty sure you be on my social media. You know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm leveling up still, despite my mental health not being fucked up as it is. Despite how I don't want to fucking wake up in the morning. Despite how I wish I think about every day how the fuck I'm gonna take my own life. Despite all that shit, I'm still leveling up. What the fuck are you doing? Outside of you running your mouth talking shit to your platforms about me, what are you doing? Really? What are you doing? Not a damn thing, it looks like to me. Like, at the end of the day, it's like, when you blew up, you know, we was together, I'm like, oh, I knew she was gonna blow up, you know? Then she did some shit called shadow work. Did you do shadow work? If you do shadow work means you diving deep into your trauma. It's like a daily journaling where you'll talk about shit that's been bothering you, or whatever the case may be. Then after they do the shadow work, that's it. You should be good. That's how shit was supposed to be done. I've done shadow work too. I didn't finish the fucking shadow work because it was a little too much for my shit. But at the same time, like, you claimed you finished it and got all these praise from people like, oh, you did, congratulations, like all that shit, and most of that shit stems from me. Which is crazy, and I ain't gonna keep taking this shit no more at the end of the day. This is the most ridiculous situation I've been in quite some time, And at this point right now, I want all the smoke. Bring all the smoke. If you want, because obviously you want to keep fucking talking shit on your mouth about me, come find me. You know I be at. You don't want this fucking war. I tell you, I do this. I just humble myself and tell myself not to do because I got a lot to lose. I work, I got a lot more to lose. But at this point now, I'm like, fuck it. If you really want to get down and dirty with this shit, let's get down and dirty then. So you keep running your mouth antagonizing a nigga, then let's get it. Let's get it popping. You talking shit, I'm talking shit. Send me your GPS, I'll be right there. It's not that hard at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? You don't keep going back and forth or whatever. I know people can say what they want to say, they entitled to their own opinions. I get all that. But if you're literally talking shit about me, but not giving hints, but talking shit, and people know who you was with before, and you know it's about me, and you're using that and you're using me to elevate your career by talking shit to me, I have a problem with that. I have a big problem with that. All the girls I've talked to since we fell off, they all say you a weirdo, you this, you that, what's the fuck wrong with her? It be sometimes when she says some shit, I asked a couple of my exes, yo, was I really like this back in the day? Was I a narcissist? Was I this, was I that? They said no. They said I might have some signs, but that wasn't me 24/7. So I'm like, okay, I know you capping. So like, no, you're not gonna maybe fucking cheat, not change, not, you're not gonna, I can't even talk. Trying to let me see, I'm not worthwhile. I'm not that dude. I know what I bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? But that's enough of this. I've been streaming for about a half an hour. I'm not gonna make this video too long. And then she's telling me it's the trauma for me. It was a trauma time working with your ass too. But the difference between me and you was the fucking, you ran off. I still stayed and dealt with the shit. Cause I thought it was that more fucking wild doing that. I don't run from shit. I address the shit head on. You ran and talked your shit and thought, oh, I wasn't gonna hear about this shit. That's what you did. So let's talk about it. Anyway, guys, that's it. That's my little rant for the day. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna be streaming some Little Nightmares or some Oddworld Soulstorm today, so be on the lookout for that. I'm very busy today too, so I'm trying to stream that prior to in the evening. I just want to get this video out because if you guys follow my social media platform, I've been kind of going on. I'm a Savage King mode. Like the other, my alter ego is taking over, and I'm not gonna keep letting this motherfucker to this motherfucker. No. Now it's a yes. Fuck it. Whatever pop off, let's get it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys understand, where the case may be. Thank you guys for the support on my TikTok. My TikTok literally is blowing up. So I want to thank you guys for that. Make sure you follow me. Make sure you follow me on TikTok, Twitter, and my Instagram page, and Facebook as well. So I will see you guys later on tonight. So have a good day. Keep me out.